Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today, I'm excited to show you another top 50 deck. This one in Rakdos, but not Sack. Yes, we are going back to the Rakdos Knights deck here. This one's pretty interesting in terms of, again, being a top 50 deck. Rakdos did used to rule the roost probably like 5, 6 months ago. So it's pretty interesting to see this deck playing very well right now in the current meta. What we got going on here, we'll take a look at these cards, and I'll come back and just kind of call out a few things here in a second. But just so you know, this deck list is available for you down below in the description, so please don't forget, and you'll have access to it right away. One of the things that you'll notice is we're not doing a ton of 4-ofs. There are a couple key components in terms of the 4-of with Rotting Reg, Stormfist, and then kind of that core framework there with Knight and Fervent Champion. But we do have a scattering of a few other game maker player cards, which is pretty important to keep in mind. And then this guy right here, Sir Conrad. This is pretty interesting because what I like about this card is whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put in a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, we deal 1 damage to each opponent. We have another way to fill graveyard as well. So this is going to be pretty interesting. Pretty excited about it. I have ran into this deck a few times actually at Mythic, and it plays very well too. So very excited to show you this. Now quickly here, if you do have questions, please let me know down below in the comments. I'm always happy to answer. Additionally, when you guys make fun of my play once in a while, I know there's one where I screwed up some +1/+1s, but hey, I do this stuff live just for you and as minimal editing that I can, because I think that adds to the realism of the game. So, all right, here we go. Sideboard. Key components, again, we got a lot of 1-ofs going here, kind of to allow us to make almost 3 or 4-ofs, but a couple things to keep in mind. So we got Duress. This card is great against Bant decks, against Azorius decks, control decks, so things like Teferi, those kinds of things. This will help you get those out of their hand. Temur Rec, this is great card for as well. Get the reclamations out of their hand. Shadow Spear, there we have another one. What I like to do with this is second drop Fervent, drop Shadow Spear, boom. We got a 2/2 first striker trample going right away. Lots of damage, does work, and a lot of fun. So where would you play this? Anytime that you need to get life back, absolutely is where I'd play this. If they have, again, something people always forget, hexproof and indestructible, this also removes it. So anytime that they might be running that, creature wise, those kinds of things, absolutely play. So where would this be good? In some of the enchantment decks, Selesnya Auras, mono white, those kinds of things. Something to think about there for you. Legion's End. I love this card. It's underplayed. I think I've mentioned that a few times. This is great, especially in best of one, and against aggro cards. So in today's meta, it works really well. It's great against sack decks too. So keep those things in mind. Excuse me. Noxious Grasp. So recently covered this one as well. This is great against Bants. Mono green is making a big comeback. You could play this here. Also, one call out here on Legion's End. This does hit Stonecoil Serpent, even if they cast it for 5, so that's a big plus. All right, back here. The green triggered that for me. Sorry, guys. What else? Again, some of the mono white stuff that we talked about. I would play this obviously against Bant, like I said. Where else? I'd probably maybe play this against any of the Walker decks, potentially that would run white or green, obviously for Nissa there. So some of those things to keep in mind. Cry of the Carnarium here. Where would you play this? Well, against any aggro deck, Mardu Knights deck. I'd play this against cycle decks. Noxious Grasp would be good against cycle decks too. Cry of the Carnarium. Where else? Sack decks. That works for now. Drill Bit. Kind of similar to Duress, but with Drill Bit, again, non-land card, they discard, again, choose a non-creature, non-land. So this one will get creatures for you. So keep that in mind. that may be the difference on what you want to play. This gets obviously triggered with Stormfist Crusader there too, so keep that in mind. I would still play this, like I said, against some of those more controlling decks, Reclamation. I would play it against the Azorius decks and the Jeskai decks. All right, Bonecrusher Giant. So we have 3 already. This would make it a 4 of, or if you wanted anyway. I would play this against the fast decks, things like Mono Red, Rakdos Knights. I would play it against the sack decks. You got to get that priest off the board, my friends. And where else would I play this? Cycle decks. I would play this probably against the enchantment decks as well. There you go. Liliana. Well, where would you play this? Well, this is obviously a high-end card. I would say if you need another finisher, there's a lot in here that we can use. Or if they got a lot of creatures and you get stuff off the board, maybe you want to go this route. Again, maybe against some more long game decks too. So like something like a Temur Rec. It doesn't run a ton of counters. You may want to play this against the flash decks too. And I'm saying that in terms of like the Simic ones or the blue-black. They don't run like a ton of counters. Sorry, Simic Flash does, but the Covert Blues one doesn't run a ton of counters. There are a few in there, but maybe that's a spot for you too, because once you get those creatures off the board, those decks are pretty ineffective. All right, here we go. So first off, thank you there. Let's take a look. I am currently top 700. There you go. Yes, if you want to follow that journey, obviously feel free. I got a whole series on my Mythic 3 matches. I am a little bit behind, so I apologize. I will need to catch up on those and post some new stuff for you guys. All right. Anyway, we are going to go into play, and we are going to grab our lovely Rakdos Knights top 50 deck here. Oops, sorry. And we're going to start. So there you have it. Again, like I said, if you got questions, let me know. We're going to jump into 3 matches here in our traditional fashion. Not playing ranked because of, obviously, you guys saw my rank. Yes, this is top 50 deck. You're saying, why aren't you playing this one, Mythras? But I like to play the way I want to play. So I do this stuff for you guys and like to share a lot of fun decks. The other thing I just want to say, as always, thank you to all the subs. I appreciate your guys' support. If you are new or seeing me again, please feel free to subscribe to the channel over there down in the corner. Stay in touch, stay a while. As always, appreciate the support. All right, here we go. Do I want to keep? Yes, I want to keep this. So let us play a Keruga deck. The question here is going to be, and most likely, I would think, that we are going to be playing something like a Reclamation deck, but the white in there's got me thrown me off. It's probably Jeskai. Yeah, that makes more sense. So I slightly misplayed there. What I should have done is I should have played a swamp. Could have played a swamp next, discard a swamp next turn. Oh, here we go. This is looking good for us. The question here is, do we go all in? Because he didn't play anything. If he's got a wipe, it's not going to do anything. If he doesn't hit, it's still not lethal for us. But if we double play Reg, then we got to double discard. So we have to attack in here. And that worked anyway. So we will do that. Perfect. And we don't have to worry about the double discard. We got Embercleave on. There you go. I was thinking a shatter was in there. So they need one more shatter here. Now, we still have some direct damage. We have... Oh, that works. Tuffy too. We do have... same giants, Bonecrushers, like them. Oh man, lots of digging going on. If we can top deck a Fervent, we're good. Now we have two options here. Could have kept one back, but I did that in case they don't have a shatter and they play Teffy. We need a whiff on a shatter here. That works. We can deal with Sharknado. What do we got coming? What do you got coming at us? I could play Keruga, but that won't work. The pump on the Shark's not going to work. All right. As long as they don't have the... Yep, that was what I was just going to say. As long as they don't have Clarion, we're actually going to be okay. So I think we go here. And I think we kill Teffy. Because we're now, we can put Embercleave on next turn. That's unfortunate. There we go. That is what we needed, my friends. Yeah, there it is. That is one of my favorite plays. It wasn't the Shadow Spear, but it was Embercleave, so that was good. We had a few options there. All right, match one, win. Count it against a teamer. Sorry, not a teamer. I'm thinking Keruga. Keruga Jeskai. Very, very nice. I have been seeing that deck more as well. Jeskai is starting to make a substantial comeback to a certain extent. What do we have here? I will keep this. I love having Stormfist. We got decent mana, not perfect mana. And our opponent goes first again. So that was big that we won on the play in typical fashion. All right, Sir Conrad. If we can get Sir Conrad in, we will be happy campers. If they let us get Drillbit in, I'll be a happy camper. This is going to be a wreck deck. Wreck deck. I feel it. I feel it, my friends. Donk McRichard. You are playing a wreck deck. There we go. Let's see if they let that hit. Of course they will. Let's do that. And there's a land. Very nice, my friend. Very nice. I'm glad we got off the board, though. We need another land. There we are. I'll give it a shot. Uh-oh, here it comes again. Execute on the negate twice. Oh, there we go. He's probably going to push it back, though, with Mr. Fairy. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's looking good. Looking good. Man, that's a lot of draw. They gotta have a board wipe. This is definitely the Rec deck. There's the Rec deck. Now, if they commit to the Shark, which I see a lot, we can drop Blacklance on there. But most likely they'll use Blast Zone, which is fine. And all we need to do then is we'll put him on. And even if he sharks it, Stormfist can't be blocked. And we got protection with Sir Conrad now. I think they need 2 reds to trigger. What do I want to do with that? I will take action. So you have Heartless Act. we can get that off the board. The other thing we can do is if we flash in Blacklance, Death Touch will go through on 1. But again, this is if we keep this on the board. 5. Uh-oh. There they go. So what we'll do is we'll dump Midnight Reaper. And then Stormfist, maybe. Depends on what they play here. Now, it's a bummer it wasn't 4, because that would have took out his Wilderness Reclamation as well. So we will go here. And then we'll leave that. Because mainly I want this, and I want Heartless Act. Because we could put Embercleave next turn. But they're gonna nail Stormfist there. And we're going to take that off the board. And I did that because he's minus the shark. They can't play a creature. So 2, we'll go 3. Forcing him to commit now. Return him to my hand, and we'll go from there. So if they have that draw damage card, they definitely have game right now. Yeah, there's the fire. Another fire. Yeah. This makes me so sad. Oh, here it comes. Just enough. Just enough. Takes 4 plus X. Yeah. All right, good game. Not quite fast enough with our Knights deck there. Close, but not quite. All right, on to our third and final match. 1-1, taking down a Jeskai control deck and losing to a Temur Rec deck. All right. Now, if we would have went not Sir there and went split on some of those creatures, maybe we would have had it. So things to think about looking back and going forward in terms of play there. But I did want to try and get him in to show you guys how he works. Unfortunately, we were not able to keep him on the board, but we did get to see it. All right, here we go. So this is really nice for Fervent and Embercleave. It is not nice for the other stuff. I'm going to try it, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If we're playing mono black, this could be real bad. Legion's End. Oh, I'll take that. That's fine. I can live with that one. I can live with Erebos Intervention. And we can also live with that. So if we don't block, he doesn't get our stuff off the board. This is still instant speed. We'll dump Bonecrusher. So he's got to kill a Rotting. There we go. Boom. Now there was a fast game finally. Probably one of the quicker ones I've had in a while. All right, folks. There you have it. Let's go back and take a look at the deck. We went 2-1 with a top 50 Rakdos Knights deck. Very, very fun, great matches. 2 control decks and 1 mono black. It's kind of aggro-y, mid-range, whatever you want to call it. But there you have it. Here are the cards. Again, as I mentioned before, this deck list is available for you down below in the description. And if you do have questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. Here to help, give you an opinion. Again, if you want to give me a hard time about Sir Conrad there, I did want to get that in, like I said, for you guys. But we did get to see pretty much everything in action. So pretty cool deck. Really enjoyed playing it. Last thing I just want to say is thank you again to the subs. If you guys are looking to sub to the channel, please feel free to do so down there. Would love to see you around more. I love creating this content for you guys. So take care, Planeswalkers. We'll see you around soon. Stay safe and have a great weekend.